There are many games that fit the cozy genre. That is, games that focus less on the stressful or violent aspects of gaming, and lean more into comfort and relaxation. You know them when you see them. Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, games that have a more meditative quality, a low-stakes, slower-paced experience, designed to keep you coming back for the same reasons you might take a bubble bath while drinking an entire bottle of wine. The Lake is apparently one of these games. Released in 2021, The Lake follows Meredith Weiss, a software professional from the big city, who takes a 2-week vacation to LARP as a mail carrier in her adorable little hometown of Providence Oaks. If that sounds like the premise for a Hallmark movie, well, that's because this game's story is essentially that. And it looks about as appealing as a Hallmark movie. There's like constant screen tears. Like almost every time the camera changes, the game can't keep up. And texture pop-ins from like 10 feet away. The wildlife does it too.
The morning when I rise.
And one time I fell into the titular lake, and I was transported to the goddamn spirit realm. I don't like to shit on indie developed games being a little rough here and there, but I can't help but notice this stuff when it's constantly happening. The character animations are like super limited. There's a walking animation, a hugging animation, this guy climbs a tree. Other than that, there's like no other human movement. Like this is a sequence of shots over the course of a conversation. And notice how the crowd can only stare. It feels like you're in a horror movie. And everyone in the town is like a secret lizard person. Now the actual characters have a Telltale Games look going on, but they're nowhere near as expressive. The Walking Dead came out like a decade before this, and while it's equally jank in some ways, it's still got good-looking characters that fit its art style. These people look like they're made of Play-Doh. Anyway, the audio ain't much better.
Of you and me.
The opening scenes are like missing audio bits.
Our next address is right around the corner.
Or character lines just don't time out right, or they're just missing entirely.
Yes, we made the deadline. Hope you guys had a nice Labor Day party.
Or the music in the credits just doesn't fucking play.
This new song is from our very own Kay Evans.
Fuck it. The soundtrack is fine when it actually plays. You know how there's divorced dad music, like that Creed song? This soundtrack is like divorced mom music. I'm not gonna dick around with copyright, so I'll just link the Spotify playlist in the description if you don't believe me. The character performances are serviceable, I guess.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Again, Hallmark movie quality. Meredith's probably the best.
That's nice to hear.
Everyone else is basically a stereotype. The peppy friend,
Ooh, that sounds juicy.
the lumberjack,
Last time I saw a human being was about 6 years ago.
the old lady,
Oh, look, Genevieve, a new mailman.
some virgin.
Is that a parcel for me?
It's not a negative thing, it just makes me laugh when the gruff lumberjack man sounds like he's doing an impression of a gruff lumberjack man.
I was the weirdo.
The bulk of the game is delivering mail.
Here's your mail.
Obviously, you go from house to house, delivering mail and packages. No running though. You're gonna walk those mom jeans up and down the street, and you're gonna like it. There's not that much mail on any given day though, which begs the question, why does this little town need 2 mail carriers anyway? Also, is it legal to just step in as a federal employee and start handing out mail? Newman got in trouble for it that one time. Anyway, I mentioned the story is like a Hallmark movie, but to its credit, it's not as simple as that. There are dialogue options, similar to the Telltale games I mentioned, but instead of reminding you that your actions may have consequences, like, hey, that crazy cat lady's gonna remember you did that.
I'm sorry, but I have to be on my way again.
Oh dear. I need to go inside and calm down a bit.
There's just kind of a simple cause and effect layer to the story. So you do have narrative control depending on how you interact with people. There's multiple characters for you to jam a contrived love story into, though, if you wish. Or you can enjoy delivering the mail while flipping everyone the collective bird.
Sorry, Angie, but I really can't.
I think that's the one thing I like about this game. You ever watch one of those Hallmark movies and you're like, what are you doing? Your whole life is back in the city. You've worked your whole life for this. You have a 401k and your boss wants to make you partner. Why are you going to throw it away for some guy who has a Christmas tree farm? Because you knew each other in middle school? And he looks like a guy from a Hallmark movie?
I love you, Sarah. I've always loved you.
Son of a bitch!
What are you, an idiot sandwich? Why can't he leave his dumb life behind?
So you wouldn't leave P.O. from me, but expect me to stay for you?
Yeah, you tell him, sister. You don't have to do that dumb shit if you don't want to. You still have to talk to people, though. And it's just as horrifying as in real life.
Oh dear, you're a sight for sore eyes.
I just wanted to drop off the mail. Why are you talking to me? It's 1986, so instead of looking at TikTok, these people have nothing better to do than to ruin your day by talking to you. So Meredith meets up with her friend from high school, who she promptly forgot about after going to college, apparently.
Well, obviously a lot can happen in 22 years.
Time flies.
Mo, who has a 50s-themed diner with a liquor license for some reason. A woman who looks like a stereotype of that one lunch lady everyone had when they were in school in the 80s and 90s. That fucking cat lady. And these two romance options. There's more characters too, but I don't care. I don't like any of these people, especially these romance ones. Angie owns a video rental store. She's nice enough at first, but it becomes super obvious that she wants to drop a tape in Meredith's mail slot.
I have a sneaky little plan. I want you to meet me, say, at 5 today.
She might be the thirstiest lesbian in the Pacific Northwest.
Here's a package for you.
Oh, thanks so much, babe.
Babe? I've known you for like 4 days. She's also super rude to you during like your third ever conversation.
Is everything okay? You don't seem your usual peppy self.
You don't know me, Meredith, okay? This can be a stressful job.
What's your problem? Robert is like the extreme opposite. He's apparently the town's sole lumberjack. His deal is he doesn't want more apartments to be built in the woods, because he fucks the trees or something. Meredith helps him by doing something about it, like paperwork, I guess? He plays so polite, but also hard to get. He's all, gee, shucks, I don't know, every time Meredith hints at the slightest possible romantic interest.
Maybe I shouldn't bother you with the innermost feelings of a lumberjack.
Either that or he's just stupid. He might be the most oblivious man in the Pacific Northwest. I must have strung him along enough because Angie just upped and left without saying goodbye. Then she shows back up at the end and she's like, no, but run away with me.
Come with me. I mean it. Leave this sad old town behind and go wherever we want to go.
What are you, fucking nuts?
Then Robert doesn't even shoot his shot until Meredith is on her way back home.
I'm sorry, Robert, but no. And I need to get going now.
Sorry, idiot, you had your chance. See, this is how those Hallmark movies should have ended. I did all the software choices instead of hanging out with people. Added 87 is the future. These bumpkins have no idea what's in store. The game's alright, I guess, but I don't know. I never felt cozy. It was more like an anxiety attack, while bouncing back and forth between feelings of mild annoyance and total apathy towards everyone in this town. I like smoking dope with these people, though. But even they left when they realized this shit was lame. I like when this guy did this. I sold out this dude the first chance I got.
Do you know Frank Coleman?
Yes!
Have you ever given him envelopes or received envelopes from him that weren't postmarked?
Yes!
Are you aware that Frank Coleman wagers bets on baseball games?
Yes!
I need to inform you that your colleague Frank Coleman has been suspended.
Enjoy your suspension, loser.
Hey, guess who's back?
Wait, he's back anyway?
Fire!
There's no justice in this world. But, you know what they say, life is like a lake. It's kinda shit.
Video games are supposed to be fun. I feel horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Thanks for watching. I talk about all kinds of games. Some of them are good. Some of them are bad. Some of them are Ubisoft games. Now hit the buttons that make my videos get shown to you. Do it right now or I'll open your mail and I'll take the money out of your birthday cards. Moo.